A big step forward in the push to get untraceable guns off our streets. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Jesse Pagan. The San Diego City Council has voted to make it illegal to own a ghost gun, even if it's just the parts and the weapon isn't assembled. News 8's Steve Price has more on today's vote and the reason behind the one dissenting council vote.
In 2018, San Diego police confiscated an average of 4 ghost guns every month. Fast forward to this year, 2021, and San Diego police say at this point they are averaging confiscating 36 ghost guns every month. And they say these untraceable weapons are being used more and more in shootings by people who aren't even legally allowed to have a gun. This is the shooting that many say epitomizes the problem. A valet in the Gaslamp gunned down last April with a ghost gun.
Ghost guns, which are sometimes referred to as do-it-yourself guns that can be built at home, do not have serial numbers and therefore are untraceable and evade all law enforcement tactics.
The shooter opened fire on several other victims that night, and the man charged with committing these crimes is a convicted felon, so he can't legally buy a gun.
Ghost guns undermine all of our federal and state gun safety laws by getting around background checks that prevent people who are not supposed to have firearms from obtaining them. This includes violent criminals, domestic abusers, individuals suffering from mental illness, and terrorists.
But under current laws, felons aren't prevented from buying all the parts needed to make a gun, and you can easily get them shipped to your house even if you're under 18.
As a minor at the time, I purchased all the parts of a ghost gun kit that were shipped directly to my house, and we've documented the whole process, and the craziest part about it, it was all completely legal.
Today, the City Council voted 8-1 to ban ghost guns. The ordinance prohibits buying, selling, or possessing the frame of an unfinished gun unless it has a serial number. But Councilmember Chris Cate, the lone no vote, calls it unrealistic to think this ordinance will stop bad people from doing bad things.
This law does nothing to prevent mass shootings. This law does nothing to hold criminals accountable. This law does nothing to make us safer. But what this law does do is automatically make every law-abiding gun owner that lives in the city of San Diego and happens to own an unfinished frame or receiver a criminal overnight.
San Diego police say ghost guns that cost less than $600 to make usually sell for around $1,000 on the street. The new ordinance needs a second vote next month and is expected to go into effect sometime in the fall. Steve Price, News 8.